G. Bush with you back, ready to go. It's the fastest 30 minutes in all the sports, and you know what we're doing. Breaking down the 2024 draft, and hold on tight. Before we go, I'm going to give my overall draft grade for the Cleveland Browns, but you got to do the same. Put in the comment section, what do you give the Cleveland Browns overall grade for 2024? Who's your most valuable player? Who do you guys think is going to have the most impact? And are you a little disappointed where they went? We want to know. Put it in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Well, there's a couple dudes on day 3 that I think the Cleveland Browns might have hit on. I wanted a receiver earlier. They went with Hall. They went with Zenner. And we were able to get Jamari Thrash, a guy out of Louisville who, by the way, has a little speed. Let's look at what it was like for him to get drafted. You'll see a little bit from Andrew Berry, Jamari Thrash, right here on UCSS Network.
Jamari, how you doing, man?
What's up, Coach?
Hey, I know it's been a long weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, we're gonna take you off the board here, man. We enjoyed spending time with you throughout the spring. I think you can play outside, inside. Really looking forward to getting you up here to Cleveland. So we're gonna make you a Cleveland Brown with this pick right here.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, I got our head coach Kevin Stefanski for you. All right, Jamari.
Jamari, congratulations, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
You ready to work?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna make you a Cleveland Brown so everybody over there can celebrate, okay?
Yes, sir.
Jamari, what's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, congratulations, man. I know it's been a long day, but excited to get you here. Like I said, you got a lot of versatility, and can't wait to get you up here and get you in the room with some of the greats we got here already. So congratulations.
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
All right, welcome to the Dog Pound.
I mean, that gotta be it. What a feeling. I almost got chills just looking at it myself. What a feeling. You get an opportunity to come in here and you got the head coach of the football team say, hey, welcome in here. We want to take you off the board. We enjoy you. We appreciate you. And, I think when you watch Jamari Thrash, I think he got a little something to him. Now, I can't get, my brother calls me, he said, he got a little Jarvis in him. I say, Juice Landry. Listen, that's kind of, dang, bro, Bryson, you talking Jarvis Landry already? But even though I might not be ready to go to that length, I thought a lot of people hit me up and said, yo, G. Bush, I like what this guy can do. I like what he does. And here's the thing. Thrash makes up, for some of his deficiencies with the speed that he shows on the field. So that speed can give him an opportunity to have some playmaking ability. So he has an extensive history of stretching the field. He has the ability to find a second gear on some of the deep routes and short routes in space to kind of turn something into nothing. The problem you're going to have with him, and this is a thing, and I think this is the reason why he went from a 5th round pick to possibly he could have been a 3rd round pick or even a late 2nd round pick, is that he just does not have the physical ability when he was running his route. So you want him to be more, have better footwork. And being able to get in and out of his breaks and then go up for contested catches. And, he lacks a little strength in his upper body. So when he goes up, there's some balls that can get knocked out. But one of the things that you take a look at, when you have some good coaching and around guys like Amari Cooper, around guys like Jerry Jeudy who run good routes, I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to run those routes a little bit better and get an opportunity to do so. When you take a look at his production, 2022 at Georgia State, first team all Sun Belt Conference, led the team with 61 receptions, 1,122 receiving yards, 18.4 per catch, 7 receiving touchdowns. He started all 12 games. So, when you see a guy go from Georgia State to Louisville, which he did from 2022 to 2023, you want to see if you can step up and can still consistently keep that level of production up when you're stepping up with your competition. In 2023, 2nd team all ACC, led the team in 63 receptions, 858 yards receiving, 13.66 touchdowns. So you did see he went from 1,100 to about 900 yards, but did make 2nd team all ACC when he jumped from competition. I think what you see in his strengths of his game that the Browns like is he has good footwork early stages of his release. He's smooth and sudden in his release package. You got to have a good release package off the line of scrimmage, especially in with press coverage. He's able to rip off route cuts at tight angles. So he has really good footwork when it comes to ripping off those tight angles when you're running and getting off press coverage. He possesses a second gear mid-route separation, and that's the thing you want to look for. The Browns lack that. When you watch Elijah Moore, when you look at a guy like Amari Cooper, how much separation are you getting at the top of your routes in mid-route separation where a corner is thigh to thigh with you, stride for stride? Can you hit that second gear? He has that second gear. He has above average ball tracking and pace adjustment for deep ball. He could pace the ball pretty well. He can go get it. So I think tracking is another big part of it, whether you're a deep threat or not. He does a nice job of uncovering the quarterback in scramble mode. So when the quarterback is scrambling around looking for him, he does a good job of finding an empty space, coming back to the quarterback, finding an empty space and avoiding the field, and coming back to the quarterback to make the catch. And Deshaun Watson does that a lot. Here's the thing. Sometimes he loses focus when dealing with contact over the middle. So over the middle, he's going over the middle. And then when contact is coming, he can lose focus. He also lets the ball get on him a little bit too quickly, right? You want to be a hands catcher and not a body catcher. When you catch it with your hands, you attack the ball. So you're attacking the ball and you're being proactive. So now when you catch the ball, you can tuck and move. When you let the ball get into your chest, when you let it hit you, or you let the ball get on top of you quickly, that's when you get some of those drops out there that you're going to see. So for me, I think that he's a guy that can potentially help you a little bit. I also think he's a guy that fits a mold. At the late parts of your rounds, you're looking for guys to fit a specific skill set. I think that second gear, that burst, is what the Browns are looking for. Goodwin he had it, but due to the injuries, he was out all year. Anthony Schwartz couldn't catch the football. He had that gear, couldn't get him to rock. He's a guy that I think that you're trying to mold into that position, that they use him in space to get some, to stretch the defense and do things like that. Here's another guy. We got a Watson on offense, but let's talk about this Watson on defense, man. There's a Nathaniel Watson. And Nathaniel Watson, I tell you what, the linebacker out of Mississippi State, now this guy, he has the pedigree. Like, he may be a sleeper. He's a guy, when you look at our depth chart, you don't got very many guys. You got the only guy that you really brought in is Devin Bush, who he had a flyer on. You have Tony Fields, who was vying for another position. But right now, J.O.K. and Hicks is the only guys that you really have like as solid linebackers. And so when you look at drafting a guy like Nathaniel Watson, who really, piques my interest, is the fact that he's 6'2", 233 pounds, almost 33-inch arms, and is a Buckets Award winner, right? First team All-SEC 2023, a highly productive off-the-ball linebacker who has good size and length. But the only reason that he is here where he is and getting drafted late in the draft is because he only has overall solid average athleticism with a little bit of limited speed and quickness to make plays at the NFL level. So, linebackers are a funny thing, because linebackers can be, one of my favorite undersized linebackers is Zach Thomas, right? Just made the Hall of Fame. There's lots of linebackers who are a little bit undersized or don't have the prototypical speed. But linebacker is a very instinctual position. And sometimes you can get a guy who can be a contributor that does not have eye-popping just in your measurables, right? So some of his strengths are he has good production, good length, good pass rusher, 21 sacks in his time at Mississippi State. I like the caliber of competition he plays. But some of the things that he has issue with is in his run game. Sometimes now linebackers are so athletic that when you got a guy that's coming at you at guard or on zone plays, sometimes you just run around the block. JOK is brilliant at doing it, right? You're just so athletic, you could do that. For him, for Nathaniel Watson, he doesn't have the ability to do that. So he takes on blocks. And if you're going to take on a block, you got to do it the right way. You got to be able to keep your outside shoulder free, knock the guy off the ball, and be able to keep the outside shoulder free to make a tackle. He has limited range because he's a limited athlete. And he has problem with the change of direction, and that's the problem with the elite quickness. He's not a twitchy athlete that you see now. but his size can help you out a little bit. He's a well-built linebacker, good size, excellent length, above average athlete. He's pretty decent in coverage. So if he could come in and give you something, if he can come in and give you a little bit something in terms of your of his special teams ability, I think that you may have something that you can use as a guy. Diabate is a guy that's on the roster. I think showed a little bit something last year. His measurables are great. He's more of a natural athlete than Watson, but I like Watson's size. We'll see and keep an eye on him and see if he's able to make the squad. With that.